Let's talk about some leadership lessons from my amazing assistant being on vacation. So, my amazing team member, Katie, is out on vacation, much deserved vacation, super jealous. She's at the beach somewhere, and I wish I was there. But as I was doing some of the things that she helped me with, because she's gone, I thought of this and I was like, oh, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. So, whether you are somebody who runs a business, you're an entrepreneur, you have a side hustle that you are looking to continue to grow your team, if you're a leader in an organization, this applies to all of you because this is a costly mistake that we can find ourselves making. So, first of all, you know, when I first started my business over 6 years ago, I was doing all the things. I was wearing all the hats, right? And a lot of the time, if you're a business owner, that's you. That might be where you are right now. Or if you're an individual contributor in an organization or a manager, you might still be wearing all the hats. And so a lot of the times, and I'm experiencing this and I've experienced this, but I also coach a lot of leaders through this. And so first for a little bit of the story time, it's so funny because as Katie was getting ready to go on vacation, we jokingly both were saying like we had anxiety about her being gone. This is a really busy week for us. We have our Speak Up, Stand Out speakers boot camp this week. We're prepping for our executive forum next week, which will drop in the show notes if you're an executive leader in an organization. You're going to want to pause this podcast episode right now. You're going to want to scroll to the show notes and you're going to want to sign up for the executive forum because we are going to be having our executive forum. And if by the time you watch this, if you didn't get a chance to sign up and it already passed, you can sign up or you can send me a message and we will get you there for you because we are talking about AI, how to go from fear to future and guiding your organization through AI. And you're going to want to sign up for future forums as well. So these are free forums. These are specifically for if you are an executive level leader within an organization leading teams of people. If you are someone who's an entrepreneur, small business owner, we have some other platforms for you like our Speak Up, Stand Out Bootcamp, which we're running this week. But you can stay tuned for future of those. But so we have a big week, lots of things that we're doing. And so we were both getting a little anxious because she has been on board with me for 3 years. And I remember when we first hired her, it was this strain of what do you give up, right? And I had this fear of forgetting how to do things. Like I remember not wanting to fully let go of things because I'm like, well, I don't want to forget how to do it. Like what if she's gone sometime or what if she leaves us? Which Katie, if you're listening, please don't leave me ever. Right. But like what if they're gone or what if I didn't really have a fear of her not doing it well because right off the bat I knew she was going to be great. But for some people that is the fear too if they don't have the right team around them. But it was more of this fear of like, what if I forget how to go in and send that contract? What if I forget how to do that? And the reality is at this point, I have forgotten how to do some of those things, right? But I remember having that. And so the thing is that she has set me up for success. And that was a growth, that was a stretch opportunity for me because I felt that strain. Like when I first started and I'm, going out there and speaking and I'm coaching clients and I'm creating content and I'm creating leadership programs and doing assessments and all of that, that takes a lot of that big thinking and thinking of where I want the business to go and how I want to grow the business. But then right away I'm turning around and I'm responding to emails of things and issues and solving contract issues and sending contracts and invoicing and following up on things. And I just remember the exhaustion that I could feel. And so when I started to really stretch myself and trust myself, trust Katie, and to give those things off and realize that that is no longer my role is to do those things. And I really allowed myself to really stretch more into the space of the leader, of the visionary of the company and where we need to go. And this is something that I see a lot of leaders struggle with when I'm doing coaching, especially if you're, an individual contributor moving to manager moving director moving up, or if you're someone who's growing your team for the first time, is your value has been in being the doer and knowing all the things and wearing all of the hats. And you see that as your value. And as you start to grow a team because you want to grow, because you're now in charge, you have a new role, you're in charge of bigger things, you need to shift that mindset and that identity. And so often for leaders, they focus so much on just like the tactical and all of the things that they need to do. And we forget about the mindset and the alignment piece that needs to happen, because your value now is not in just knowing all the things and doing all the things. It's being able to delegate. It's being able to surround yourself with people that can do those things even better than you, and being okay with that, being your ego to the side. It's being, your value isn't in raising your hand for all the opportunities now, but it's in setting the vision, setting the strategy, and helping people connect and all of those things. And that is a huge growth. That's why I call it like the gap. Like there's just this gap because you're not where you were, but you're not yet where you want to be, right? So like this stretch zone as you're growing into your confidence as a leader. And even though it's uncomfortable, if you don't do it, it's a very costly mistake, because not only does it hurt the team, because you are undermining the trust that they think that you have in them. If you won't let go of things, and I'm doing this right now, we do working with teams, team alignment work, things like that. And there's a team where this leader, this high level executive, keeps kind of stepping on the toes of the people below him and doing things. And that leader might think, well, I'm helping them, I'm doing that. But from their perspective, he's up in their business, first of all, and also they don't feel like he trusts them. So you're actually breaking some trust with people on your team if you're constantly having your hands in the things that they're supposed to be doing. Also, I hear from leaders all the time of burnout. Again, like if you are leading a business or if you're leading an organization, things like that, you have so many things on your plate. And so I hear burnout, there's not enough time and all that. When we sit down and actually look at your time, oftentimes I can see and we can find hours in your schedule that you could be using in a different way. If you delegated it, if you automated it, if you eliminated it, you could then take that time and use it toward those bigger initiatives that are going to move the needle more. And so not only is it a trust issue with people on your team, but it's also holding you back, and it's going to burn you out if you hold on to those things. And so really being able to step in to that next level, that new identity, the person who doesn't know all the things, and it's uncomfortable. Like, let me tell you exactly the fear that I had is, but it's not really a fear for me anymore. Like I'm kind of laughing it off. But as we were like prepping for her to be gone, it was like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember how to log into that system. I haven't even had to be in that system. I'm like, I haven't had to send one of those things in so long. And so here's a couple of the lessons though that I want to share with you as well. Is one, surround yourself with amazing people. Like if you are in that space, surround yourself with amazing people who are going to help you and support you with that, right? Like as we were prepping, they were kind of lacking. Like we have SOPs, we have standard operating procedures, we have videos, but she made sure to like make a list of all the things that I was going to need to do that are outside of what I typically do in a week now, like the things that she would typically do. She set me up for success. She also recorded me little Loom videos of reminders, like 1 to 3 minute videos of, hey, this is how you log into the system. This is how you send this invoice. This is how you change this thing in the contract. Like just things that I haven't had to do in a long time. And I knew that I could just pick it up, right? Like, so surround yourself with people that are going to set you up for success. And also, be so good at delegating things that you do need reminders on how to do those things, right? It's okay if you forget how to do some of those tasks, because those are no longer the tasks that you need to be doing. To free up some of that mental space to not be used on trying to remember how to send that invoice or log into that system or, change that email template, because all of those things are things that you can be reminded of and use that energy for the other things that you need to be doing to be more of that vision and more of that leader in the space. Also, really just having appreciation for your team and for the people that are helping you, right? Because I think it's appreciation and just kind of that humbling experience of being reminded of, oh, wow, I remember when I had to wear all the hats, and this is how it feels now when I can step into those other things. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you around what are the things that can hold you back. And so my challenge for you is to really think about, first of all, if you're in the space yet where you're not yet growing out a team, start to think about what that might look like and what you would be delegating or what you could be handing off. Even if you don't need people specifically, other projects, other things that you could be delegating to that. Also, if you are leading a team, then really challenging yourself to think about, like, what am I still holding on to that really I should be delegating to someone else so that I can free up more time for me to be doing something else, and really thinking about how that is, it's not just you passing. Like sometimes people have that too. It's like, well, I don't want to them to just think I'm passing my work off to them, but really reframing that so that they understand that this is a growth opportunity for them as well to continue to grow and develop, and that it allows you time then to coach them through those things and to really be focusing on those higher level things. So my challenge for you is to just think about what might be resonating with you, what might have just clicked for you, and really thinking about if you're someone who's growing in your career, if you have a team that's doing this, is how do you need to elevate the roles and the presence and the influence that you have, and what is it that you need to be letting go of. And of course, if you're someone who is looking for support in these things, if you want help with that mindset and confidence in doing those things, so the inner work, then also being able to look at your work, look at your schedule, look at your time, and figure out where do you have the space to be able to doing those things. Where can we free up time? Where can we work on your mindset shifts around that? Reach out to me. Let's talk about what executive coaching would look like for you, what one-on-one coaching would look like, or helping your team to be able to do this.